everyone, I get so many requests to give you advice on where to go and things to see when you come to visit San Antonio. So I thought I'd start a little video series highlighting some different areas that I love. And today we are in Southtown / the King William Historic District, and I'm going to take you around a few of my favorite spots. And we are going to have lunch at one of them called Little M's Oyster Bar, which you're going to see in just a moment. And make sure that you check out the description box, which will say show more if you're watching on a desktop, and there'll be a little arrow up by the title if you're watching on a mobile device, because I'm also going to list other places of interest, favorite restaurants, and other suggestions for you to check out when you come down to King William. One of the absolute charms and highlights of coming down to King William are the beautiful homes. There are several self-guided walking tours. Some are actually open to the public. Many of these are on the National Historic Registry. Here is one of them. It even has a little plaque, Chabot House, and it's so huge I can't fit the whole thing in frame, but it's absolutely stunning, as are the grounds. Right across the street is another beautiful example. I don't know a lot about architecture, but I'm guessing this is a better example of a Queen Anne. Gorgeous. And if you think this is pretty now, you should see these streets when everything is in bloom. Here is another example of just absolutely beautiful architecture, really well maintained. And then this one, Villa Finale, is actually open to the public. Here's a nice peek at the grounds. And the house itself, it keeps going up. Here's the info if you want to learn more. So 2 blocks in that direction is South Alamo. That's the main drag that takes you through Southtown into King William. You walk down the street, any of these side streets, and they all dead end 3-4 blocks in to the San Antonio River. And if I had to pick my favorite section of the San Antonio River, it's not going to be the touristy river walk. It's not even going to be the part of the river by the historic Pearl, probably my second favorite. It's not the museum reach. It's definitely the section in King William. So let's go take a peek and you'll see what I mean. All right, here we go. Let's walk down to the river. Here we are on the King William Historic Version section of the river. There are walking trails on both sides of the river, some really pretty bridges, and spaced strategically along the walk is a little map telling you where you are. Just for reference, we are over here, and you can go to the missions if you go down that way, and you can hit the main touristy part of the Riverwalk and keep on going past up to the Pearl, the zoo, etc. if you keep going that way. Let's take a little walk over to that beautiful bridge and see what we can see. So here we are on the other side of the bridge. So beautiful. It's Arsenal Street. And then over here, if you're a fan of H-E-B grocery stores, this is the H-E-B headquarters, right on the banks of the San Antonio River. Just so you understand how close you are to downtown, that is the Tower of Americas right there, right there. We're only just a few blocks south of the main downtown area, near the more well-known tourist part of the Riverwalk, the Marriott River Center, etc. And then, just 1 block over, is South Alamo Street. reasons why I like this part of the Riverwalk the best in the entire city is, first of all, it's so peaceful. Even on the weekends, you're not going to see a ton of people here. This is not where the tourists generally hang out. Also, it's just gorgeous. You have these beautiful homes on either side. It gets really lush and green when springtime comes. I'm filming this in early March. And the views are spectacular. I love the bridges. I love just everything about this section, between the homes, the river, the wildlife, the peaceful quality of it. You feel like you've just been transported in time. So if you have the opportunity to come down to King William, whether you live here in San Antonio or you're visiting from somewhere else, you will not be disappointed. Make sure you check the description box where I will list some of our favorite restaurants and other attractions that I highly recommend. Today, well, hello everyone and welcome to another part of my tour around San Antonio. Today, we are at probably one of, no, the most, for me, recommended spots to visit when you're here in San Antonio, and that is the historic Pearl. So right now I'm walking in this little corridor between buildings, and if you're familiar with the Pearl, it's right over by Lick Ice Cream, which is one of my favorite spots for some ice cream. Today is a Sunday afternoon, so it is a happening spot. The farmer's market is in full swing. Let me turn you around so you can see what I'm seeing. So in front of us, you see the front of the Hotel Emma right there, and one of our favorite restaurants. If you know it, they're just all our favorite restaurants here. It's the Boiler House. If you go through that corridor that way, you'll get to the main turnaround entrance of the Emma, which we'll show you a little bit later. Some more restaurants down that way. This is a cool spot. The Culinary Institute of America has a campus here, and oftentimes you'll find students cooking in the outdoor kitchen right here. If you're looking for some gluten-free options in San Antonio, the farmer's market has quite a few of them. I keep saying it's my favorite because they all are, but one of them is this Crepelandia gluten-free crepes. If you've never tried Peruvian food, this is one of the few restaurants I know of. It's a kind of a Peruvian fusion restaurant called Botica. It has some great outdoor eating, as well as a really pretty indoor eating area as well. There are tons of places to eat, all kinds of restaurants. One really neat place is right here behind me. See up there? It's the bottling department, and it's basically like a food court. So tons of different vendors, and then there's a place to eat inside and tables to sit at outside as well. One of my personal favorites is Chilaquil, which I've talked about before, and obviously their specialty is chilaquiles. So why don't we head out inside and let's place an order. So just through those plants over there is that food court we were telling you about in the bottling department, and we opted for, I got chilaquiles. My darling husband got ramen bowl, which is really neat to go. It has all the noodles and fixins in one bowl, and then the broth is packaged separately. And we're just going to enjoy this beautiful March day. Whenever I send people to the Pearl, I always tell them that while the stores and restaurants are not to be missed, you have to get down to the river, because it's one of my favorite parts of the Pearl. And from the river access, you can walk north and see some cool stuff, but actually going south is even better. So we're gonna take you to the river, and we're gonna go straight down this little alley over by the Hotel Emma, and you'll see exactly how to get down there. Here we are, the main river access at the Pearl. There's a beautiful waterfall down that way. Sometimes they have live music down here. You can continue walking in that direction for quite a while. There's also a very iconic photo spot. My kids took their graduation pictures here on that bridge, and we are going to head down to the river level and take you on another stretch a little bit past the Pearl. So less than a quarter-mile walk from the Pearl, moving south towards downtown. Some really neat features on the river. We like to call this a little petrified forest. I'm sure there's a real name for it. There's a family enjoying it right now, but it's a really pretty spot. But we're gonna go this way and I'm gonna show you one of my favorite permanent art installations in the river. Okay, at night, this is absolutely stunning. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm looking at. Do you see? This is a highway overpass. We're under it, and these beautiful giant floating fish are always here, but at night they are lit up and they are something to see. Definitely recommend walking down here. In that direction that we're pointing in is the San Antonio Museum of Art, and we'll visit that another day. Here's a look from the other angle so you can see the sun hitting the sunfish. And that's the direction that we came from. We're gonna end our walk down by the river on what I think is the most scenic part, and it is directly behind the Pearl. You can continue walking up this section, and it is normally so much greener. We're in early to mid-March, and we are still coming off the worst freeze we've had in about a century. So all the vegetation is really suffering right now. But to give you an idea of where we are, that tented area up there is the Gloria. It's a fabulous Mexican restaurant. And then you can kind of see through the trees right there. It says park. That's actually where our car is. And there is Hotel Emma right there. So let's walk up top so you can see the front of Hotel Emma, and then I think we're gonna say goodbye to the Pearl for the day. Here we are in front of the Hotel Emma. The restaurant Supper, which is attached to the hotel, is right there, one of my favorites. There's the main entrance with the pull-up and turnaround. There are some lovely seating areas to either side of the main entrance there. And then you walk through that alleyway, and there's Brasserie Mon Chou Chou over there, Boiler House on the other side, and that will lead you right back to the Great Lawn where we just were. That's the end of our little tour of the historic Pearl. Very busy day today, but you can visit any day of the week and find tons to do. I'm gonna end my personal visit with a cone from Lick Ice Cream, which is just incredible. This happens to be a gluten-free cone, so if you are looking for gluten-free food, it can be found here at the Pearl. You just have to ask when you get to the window because they hide it behind some ice cream containers. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to check the description box where I will list some of our other favorite restaurants and stores down here. There is so much to discover at the historic Pearl. I truly feel like this is the only place in San Antonio where you can stay, live, play, eat, and shop. Enjoy your day.